Selling on Amazon has never been this easy. I know this because I personally made over $3 million doing this, and because it's so easy, I'm spilling all the secrets on how you can get started fast to dominate 2025 and change your life. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or looking to level up your skills to get to my level. This is my 8 years of hands-on experience that will guide you to build a real and profitable Amazon dropshipping business from scratch.
So the first thing that we're going to do is create our Amazon seller account. It's a very easy and simple, straightforward process. Once our account is ready, we're going to jump into product research, add our products to our Amazon store, and start selling. And this is what the Amazon dashboard is going to look like once you register for your Amazon account. And one of the cool things here is I just added some products just for the demo purposes to show you how it's done. Just a couple of days ago, and I woke up this morning to one sale, which is actually pretty cool because I wasn't really expecting to make any sales with just 2 products in the air. But we're going to add more products, and I'm also going to show you how to fulfill these orders, how I found these products, and I'm simply going to take you step by step, hand in hand, until you have a working Amazon store that's already making sales and profit. So in order to get started, I prepared this Amazon cheat sheet for you, and if you want access to it, stay tuned in this video because I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do in order to get access to this. And this will walk you through all of the steps that you need, starting from registering your account to doing product research, things to look out for, what suppliers to work with, how to fulfill your orders, and so much more. So this detailed step-by-step will help you a lot, but let's take it from step number 1. So the first thing that we're going to do is create an Amazon seller account. It doesn't cost any money to create the account, and anybody can do it. It doesn't matter where you're located, you are able to sell on Amazon. So you can just click on this button right here on the cheat sheet, and it'll take you to the registration page. Now, because I'm already logged in, I have to open it in incognito. So it's going to take you to this sign up page. You're going to go ahead and click on sign up. And from here, everything is very straightforward. You enter your details, your email address, your home address or business address. It could both be the same. Even if you didn't register for a business yet, it doesn't matter. You can still create an Amazon seller account. And you'll simply need to pass Amazon's verification process, which requires the information that I just mentioned, your name, address, phone number, and so forth, your payment and bank information so that Amazon will know how to charge you and where to send the payouts once you make your orders, a government issued ID. So of course, you're going to have to supply your ID, a bank or credit card statement so that they can see that you are who you say that you are. And you might also have to do a verification video meeting. I had to do it. I don't know if everybody has to go through this thing, but it's a very quick 2-minute call where they just want to see that it's you. And they're going to ask you to like show the ID and the bank statement that you sent during the verification process. Now, all of this, you only need to do it one time. Once you're done and you're verified, your Amazon seller account is here to stay. And you can keep it for as long as you want. So I will not be demonstrating the sign up process because my account is already set up. But if you have any issues with the sign up process, just let me know in the comments below and I will help you out. Now, once we registered for our Amazon seller account, the next thing that we need to do is choose our Amazon selling plan. So the link here will take you to Amazon selling plans, what the selling fees are in those plans, and so forth. And the only thing that you really need to know here is that there are 2 plans that Amazon has, an individual plan and a professional plan. So the individual plan doesn't cost any money. It's a free subscription, but every time you make a sale, you're going to have to pay a $1 transaction fee on top of other fees, which I will get to soon. Don't be afraid of fees. We're easily going to overcome that with our profits, especially in this dropshipping business model where we are easily able to make high profits. Now, I do not recommend the individual plan, not just because of the extra fees that you will be paying, but because the professional plan, which comes at $39.99 a month, will give you access to automation. I'm going to get to automation soon. I'm a firm believer of it. I've been automating my dropshipping businesses for over 8 years now, and I couldn't do any of it without the help of automation. That's what's going to help you to scale, and we're also going to get to all of that. But in order for that to happen, you have to have the professional plan. Now, if you want to get started, you want to kind of look around a bit, you can start with the individual, but you will have to do the professional plan once you're ready to start scaling and make some real money. Now, after you register for your Amazon seller account, they could put the professional plan as a default setting. So if you get charged for a professional plan as soon as you verify your account and you're not ready for professional yet, you can simply reach out to Amazon support, let them know, hey, I just registered. I would like to go to the individual plan. I was just charged for the professional. Please give me a refund for that. And they will go ahead and do that. But again, once you're ready to start making some real money and scaling, the professional plan is where you want to be at. So that $39.99 is going to be scratched off really easy with the profits that you're about to make. All right, so go ahead, create your Amazon seller account, verify your account, get your professional plan, and let's move on to the exciting part of doing some Amazon product research. So while I was preparing for this video, I already did some product research. I added a couple of products to my Amazon store. And these are the products right here. So I can show it to you directly from Amazon. So I'm just going to go here to the menu. I'm going to go to inventory and manage my inventory. And here you can see 2 products that I added. And this was just from doing about 5 minutes of product research. And this product right here already sold just this morning. I need to fulfill this order. So we're going to do that during this video. It's a really good opportunity to show you how it's done while I'm doing it. But these are the types of products that I want to help you find. And like I said, I didn't even expect to make this sale right here for this product. It's only been in the air for a couple of days and it just sold automatically, organically. And that's one of the things that I love about Amazon. When you list a product for sale, and you can list as many products as you want under your Amazon selling plan. So you can list 10 products, hundreds of products, thousands of products, and it's not going to cost you anything extra. So here, when we're doing product research, we're going to find the best products to sell on Amazon. And I'm going to show you the best methods on how to find these products and add them to your store. So I'm going to refer back to the Amazon dropshipping cheat sheet. And in just a couple of minutes, I'll tell you what you need to do to get your hands on it. And don't worry, it's not going to cost you anything. I want you to succeed with your business at the lowest cost possible so you can see how the dropshipping business model, especially on Amazon, is really easy to enter and also win, as long as you have the right tools and knowledge as I'm passing on to you in this video. So now, Amazon product research, I split this into 2 different sections: free product research methods and paid product research methods. Now you go with whatever method you want, but do keep in mind that I'm going to make this the most cost-effective solution for you to sign up and start selling on Amazon while operating at the minimal expenses, so you won't really feel the money going out before you really start to experience the money coming in. So here are the best free and paid product research methods. I'm going to start with the free product research methods, and I'm going to go to the paid. And as you can see, I listed a whole bunch of methods over here, and you do not have to go with all of them. I just want you to have the best tools possible. And with that, I'm going to show you my recommendations, my shortcuts into finding the best products from here. All right. And also keep in mind that you do not need to market your products on Amazon. So as soon as you list a product and it's a product that someone is actually looking to buy, they're going to open up Amazon. They're going to search for what they want to buy. And if that is your listing, if that is the product that you're selling, they're going to see you on Amazon's page 1, and they will easily enter your listing and buy the product if it's relevant to them. So you do not have to spend any money on marketing. You just need to list the right products, the products that people are actually looking to buy right now. And I'm going to show you how to get to that with the methods that I'm about to go over, starting with the first one, the Amazon Product Opportunity Explorer. So that's this first option right here. I'm going to click on that. And here you can only enter it once you have an Amazon seller account. If you do not have your Amazon seller account yet, you will not be able to enter this Product Opportunity Explorer. And what's so cool about this is it really shows you the details on an item, on a product that you're interested in selling. So here, for example, if I scroll down, you can see example niches from your categories in the United States. And that is also a good point. Right now, I'm selling on Amazon US. So let me take you back to the seller account really quick. So again, this is what the seller account looks like. And you can see that I called my store Ecom Drop LLC. And here we can see that it's registered in the United States. So while you're creating your Amazon seller account, you're going to create your store on Amazon US. It's my personal recommendation. You can also sell on Amazon UK or Amazon Canada or anywhere else. But I suggest starting in the US because it's really easy to make your first sales there. And once you're ready to start expanding to other territories, you can go ahead and do so. But the Amazon US marketplace is highly the recommended one to start off with. So I'm listed, of course, on Amazon.com, and I'm going to walk you through the whole dashboard and all of the rest of the menus that we have here. But first, let's get this product research thing down because I really want you to understand how to get your products so that you'll have the highest chances of making sales as fast as possible, just like how I just had with this product right here. And again, I'm going to walk you through all of this, but I want to show you how to find exactly these types of products that people are actually looking to buy. So you have the Opportunity Explorer that you can take advantage of. And as you can see right here, Amazon is giving you all types of insights on certain products. So for example, here we're looking at a product that we can't really sell when we're dropshipping. This is a Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, a game for the Nintendo Switch. Okay, but I'm not going to use this as an example because we cannot sell trademark copyrighted products. Soon we're going to go over everything that we can and cannot sell on Amazon. But what I like about the Amazon Product Opportunity Explorer is that you can enter the product ID that you're looking to get info on over here. So the product needs to come from Amazon, and then you're going to get all types of insights on it. So if, let's say, for example, okay, you don't have the exact product, but you have an idea of something that you want to sell. All right, like for example, let's search for portable fan. Okay, and while I'm writing it, you're getting a whole bunch of ideas, right, that people are searching for portable fans, like portable fan rechargeable, portable fan for your neck, and so forth. But again, your product research is not going to start here, and it's not going to start with the hunch that you have in your head. So if you're thinking, oh, I think I know what will sell, maybe I will try to sell this and that, forget that, put it on the side. We are going to do real market research before we actually dive into a certain niche or product. But I just want to show you what the Product Opportunity Explorer shows you. So after you find your niche, using the next methods that I'm going to show you, you're going to look for those products here just to see how they're performing on Amazon at the moment. Because when Amazon tells me how popular a product is on their platform, that is the type of product that I'll also want to sell on their platform. So here we've got the first search result, which is portable fan. And then we've got the top search terms. So people are searching for portable fan, battery powered fan, battery operated fan, and also rechargeable like we saw from the search field. And so here you have the number of top clicked products. So you got 97 fans that are doing really well. And here we can see that there's a total of over 23 million searches for these portable fans that we have here on the top search terms just in the last year. So in the last 360 days, over 23 million people are looking for these fans. Next, you can see the growth of the search result. So portable fans have a growth of over 220% in the last 180 days. In the last half a year, the growth for the search results has really grown. Next, you've got the total search volume. So we're looking at a total over the last 90 days and then the growth in the last 90 days. So here you can see that in the last year, 23 million people searched for these portable fans. And then in the last half a year, the search term grew by 220%. But if you look at the last 90 days, so the last 3 months instead of the last 6 months, the growth actually came to a halt and it's actually going a little bit back now. So we're looking at a minus 62.8% in the growth in the last 90 days. And that is because while I'm recording this video, we are in the winter and people aren't really looking for portable fans. But half a year ago when it was around summer, a lot of people were looking for it. So that's why the growth was really big during the summer. And now during the winter, the growth is slowly starting to decline. Next, we can see how many units sold. So we can see that about 1 million portable fans were sold on Amazon in the last year. And you've got the averages. What is the return rate? So as long as we're looking at anything between 1 to 3% returns, we should be in the safe zone. If you have anything more than that, like this one right here has almost a 5% return rate. And here we're looking at canopy fans. So maybe you should think twice before selling those, or at least take a deep look into the item and make sure that you're working with a good supplier that sells high quality products. Of course, we're going to go over suppliers soon. But I just want you to get a look at this Product Opportunity Explorer because you can get a lot of insights from here. But again, use this as your secondary. First, you have to have a tool that helps you find products and get ideas to right here and see how that's performing on Amazon. So this is going to be your second step, but it's absolutely free to use and you can use it once you have your Amazon seller account verified. Now, another free tool that I like to use is a tool called Seller App. This is a freemium. So it means that we can use the free version of it for as long as we want. And if we want to get the premium, we're going to have extra features inside. But if you don't want to, you can always stay with the free plan. So you can see that the reviews here are relatively high. And this simply helps you do some analyzation while you're searching for products to sell on Amazon. So let me give you a quick preview of what that actually looks like. So if I go to Amazon.com and here we're going to search for something like, let's say, laptop stand. So again, here you kind of have to have a picture of the kind of product that you want to sell. And again, this is not going to come from a hunch. This is after using some tools that are going to help you do some product research. If you want to do the product research by yourself, you can go ahead and do that. Just open up Google and search for trends that are happening right now. But that is going to be the difficult way to do it. That's going to be the most time consuming way to do it. And that is not how I would do it if I was starting a new Amazon business today. So again, here we're going to get insights on a certain niche. After you got that idea from that niche, using a certain tool that's going to help you do your product research, which I will show you soon. But once again, this method right here is the secondary method after you have your general idea of something that you saw that's selling really well. All right, so let's say that I saw that laptop stands are selling really well right now. I want to see if I should tap into this market on Amazon. So you can see that I search for laptop stand on Amazon. And as I start to scroll down, you can see the extension working right here. So let me just zoom in a bit so you can see it a little bit better. It says right here, best seller rank. So 660 in our brands, number 2 in laptop stands. So this, of course, well, obviously it's the first result. It's going to be the most successful one. But as we continue to scroll down, you can see that it happens to pretty much every item that we're searching for. So what is the info that we're seeing here? One is the ASIN. The ASIN is the Amazon product identifier. So this is the code or the unique ID for this product on Amazon. So if I just take this ASIN and I search for that on Amazon, so that is going to be that unique product ID that we're going to see right now, which in this case is this one right here after we saw some sponsored products. But in any case, you can see the extension is also working right here. So it doesn't matter what search field you're on, you're going to get the product information without having to enter the product or trying to guess and summarize around how well this product is selling. All right, so we can see the ASIN right here, the estimated orders per day. So I can kind of get an idea. So here you're kind of getting an idea of how many times this certain product is selling every day, what's the estimated revenue every day, how many sellers are selling this product, the brand that's selling this product, and how many variations it has. Now, when it comes to the sellers here, this is exactly what we're going to do when we start to sell on Amazon. We are going to enter other sellers' listings, and we are going to be the cheapest offer under that listing. So this used to be called the Amazon Buy Box. Now Amazon changed the name to Featured Offer. So this is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to find a nice listing that's selling well for other sellers. We're going to enter that listing. We're going to find a better supplier that can sell us this product for a cheaper price and faster shipping, and we are going to be the cheapest one. Once you enter a listing and you can offer the cheapest price, you are going to be the winner of that featured offer, aka buy box. Okay, so let's take an example. This one right here has 4 sellers, right? So if I enter the listing right here on the right side, I should see other sellers on Amazon. And if I click on it, then I can see all of the other sellers who are selling this product. So one is selling it a used product for $21.74. So used is not going to be shown in first place, only new products. So this one is also used like new. It's cheaper than the cheapest price, but it's not new. And as I scroll down, the new one costs $24.99 because it's new. So this is going to be the winner of the featured offer, or in other words, the buy box. And so that is why when we enter this listing and I click on add to cart, it's going to add the best and cheapest seller that is selling a new product. Okay, so that is how the featured offer works. And I'm going to show you how you can enter these listings and be the cheapest seller. All right, so to summarize, Seller App is going to give you some insights on this listing. Another way that you can see what products are selling well on Amazon is simply by looking under the star reviews. You can see how many people bought this product in the last month. So for example, this laptop stand right here sold over 8,000 units in the last month. You need to be logged into your Amazon account. It can even be a buyer account in order to see this, but you can just see how many people are buying laptop stands. 100 bought this in the last month, 400 bought this in the last month, 500 bought this in the last month. So you can see that laptop stands are selling a lot, and they're also selling all year round. This is an evergreen product. Evergreen products are those that sell all year long. They're not dependent on certain seasons in order to sell well. And those are the products that I would recommend selling on your stores. So you can make sales all year long. And after you're pretty much established, you can move to seasonal products as well, because those peaks are going to go a little bit higher, but they're also going to die down once the season is over. And remember that we are creating a general store on Amazon. So we're not creating a niche store. You can go ahead and do that if you want, but if that niche ends up not really working out, you didn't really test other categories, other niches to see how that's going for you, so you don't really know what to do next. So I would start with a general store, sell a whole bunch of general products, right, in different categories, see which one starts to sell for you, and then you can double down on that and add more products similar to the ones that are selling for you, but while still continuing to test the market for new categories, new niches, new product trends. Okay, so we have Seller App, the freemium, and we've got the Amazon Product Opportunity Explorer, but you need to come with the product ideas in order to use these tools to the best of their ability. And in order to do that, we're going to move on to the next product research method. And here we're going to talk about the AutoDS Marketplace. There's a lot more product research methods that we're going to go over, but this is going to be my number one recommendation because this is going to give you the biggest shortcuts into finding the best products to sell in the fastest amount of time with an ever-growing and always updating database that we have inside AutoDS. So let me show you exactly what this is. And the best part about it is that you start with a $1 trial. Try it out for 14 days, see how it goes for you, see that you like it, and then decide if you want to go in and continue automating your business because there's so much that comes with AutoDS. It's not just for product finding, but I can't really go into all of the bits and details in this video. So I will only talk about what is relevant to dropship successfully on Amazon. And now we are talking about the AutoDS Marketplace. So you have a link to it. You can read more about it, but in general, the marketplace is going to connect you with private suppliers to work with where no other dropshipper has access to them. You can communicate with them privately, and it'll also give you access to tons and tons of other suppliers, whether they're retail suppliers or wholesale suppliers. And it's going to help you automate everything all in one package. And when I talk about automation, I mean price and stock monitoring, quick product imports, product sourcing, which I'll get to soon, order automation, and so much more. So let me show you exactly what that looks like. Now, I know that I did talk about free product research methods, and here I'm talking about a $1 trial. The reason that I'm doing that is because $1 is practically free, and everything that you're going to get included into that $1 is going to make it even more worthwhile. And after that, you have a whole bunch of other free product research methods. But this is going to give you the best product ideas, which you can then go and add it into the Amazon Product Opportunity Explorer or the Seller App Freemium and see how well those products are selling on Amazon as well. All right, so let's see exactly what this marketplace is. Here, I have my AutoDS account, and this is the AutoDS Marketplace. Now, this is where I'm going to be connected with those private suppliers. We're going to talk about suppliers soon, but that's also a part of this, and also winning products. So I can just scroll here and see a whole bunch of products that are trending right now that I can quickly add to my store. And I've got a whole bunch of different suppliers who are selling these products. All right, like this supplier here is selling this push-up pad, and this supplier calls themselves LPPF Store. We've also got another one here who calls themselves Nico, and this is a grip hand strength trainer. Okay, and then we've got another seller here. So we've got a whole bunch of different sellers, whole bunch of different products, and all of these products are trending. They're all selling well. The sellers know exactly what they're selling, and they know that they're selling to fellow dropshippers such as yourselves, and they have a lot of years of experience in this field. So what exactly can we do here in the marketplace besides just look at the products? So one, you can enter the product itself and see the product details inside. So here I can get more details on the product, like the full name, the product's information, specifications, return policy, shipping policy. If it has any reviews, it will also be shown here, as you can see. And you can also see where it ships from. So this dog collar right here ships from the US. You can choose a different size. You can choose a different color. All of these variations will be added to your store. But here we're not creating new listings on Amazon. So we're just going to get the product ideas from here. Okay, so let's just move on for now. You've got all of the categories right here on the marketplace. So if you want to sell under a specific niche, like if you really like home and garden products or sports and fitness, just click on any of those. So here I clicked on sports and fitness, and here I can see a whole bunch of sports and fitness products that are trending right now. Now, when it comes to the private suppliers, and you'll also have customizable branding and so much more. I'm going to get to that when we talk about suppliers. But for now, this is one of the places where you can get winning product ideas. All you need to do is enter the marketplace and just start scrolling and going over the product. So it's all being handed to you. Okay, and soon I'm going to do a product research session so you can kind of see how everything comes together. Now, under the marketplace, you have a few different tools. You've got the winning products tool, you've got the handpicked products tool, and you've got the trending products tool. Let me show you the difference between all of those. So you can see here under the marketplace, we've got those three features: handpicked products, trending products, and of course the ad spy. So let's start with the first one, the handpicked products. So if I click on that, I can see a whole bunch of products right here. And here we have a specialized team that's finding all of these products, and they're finding all the information that comes with them, including how much they're selling it for, where they're getting it from, how much they're profiting, audience targeting, and so much more. So let me show you an example. Here I am at the handpicked products hub, and I can just scroll through these products, okay, and just look for something that is interesting. Like, let's say, for example, I like these new children's hanging portable chairs or hammocks. No, it's not a hammock, it's a chair. Okay, so let's click on that, and then we're going to get more product information inside, including what is the potential profit that we can make for this product, how much it's being sold for, how many orders it has, the engagement score, saturation score, audience targeting, which isn't going to be that relevant because we are selling on Amazon and the sales are going to come in organically, which I talked about. It's really nice to have this option because we don't need to spend any money on marketing, but you can if you want to. Amazon has a feature called Amazon PPC or pay-per-click marketing, where you can run ads on these products that you're adding to your store. But do keep in mind, this could be costly, especially at the beginning where you don't really have any data. And so Amazon's going to spend quite a bit of your budget before you actually start to see results. But you'll get everything, the keywords that people search for to find your listing, how much you paid for every click and all of that. But we're not going to do that in this video because I want you to do it organically. I want you to get your sales with the minimal expense possible so that you can really enjoy the incoming sales and the profits. And if you really want to take it one step further, you can always add in pay-per-click. So anyway, here you can see the ads that other sellers are running for this product. All right, so let me just click on some of these to get you an idea. Okay, so here I have a TikTok link. Okay, and so she is a drop shipper and she is selling this product. So she's just recording a video on this product, trying to get organic traffic. So people will click on her bio, they'll want it too. They're going to click on the link in the bio, they're going to go over to her store and they're going to purchase the product. And of course, you can also do the same for the products that you're selling on Amazon. You can order it from your house, from your supplier. So your expense will be purchasing the product, but you can shoot as many videos as you want on this product, post it on social media channels, especially the important ones like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And that's going to get you organic traffic. And we are in the era of organic traffic. You do not need to spend money on marketing your products anymore. If back in the day, we had to test products by putting a marketing budget on them, we would easily get burnt out. And it was really difficult to make a profit, especially when you're a beginner in a world where you have to pay a lot before you see any results. So today we can test it with organic marketing. When we list our products on Amazon, people are going to find it organically. And if we create videos on these products, people are also going to find that organically. And then they'll find our Amazon store as well. Now, you do not have to add this. You do not have to shoot videos. You do not have to order the product to your house, but just keep in mind that that is another option. Okay, so here we can see another seller who's selling this product. So they order the product again to their homes. They're having their child kind of play around with it, and you can see the use case for this product. So you can see that these videos are going pretty viral. This one's got about 480 likes. And so this kind of shows you the audience interest around this product. Okay, so you have a link to these sellers' ads, and you also have their dropshipping stores. Now, these are granted not Amazon stores. These are mostly Shopify stores, but you can kind of go to their websites and see how much they're selling this product for, what their product page looks like, and all of that. But again, this is just for quick inspiration. What we're trying to find out right here is if people are actually interested in this product. It looks like they are. Then we're going to, of course, have to test that on Amazon. So now, for example, if this is a product that I would actually think about selling, and again, it took me less than a minute to find it here on the Handpicked Products Hub, I can just go over to Amazon. Now, how many of you thought about selling a children's hammock, chair, whatever, before I started this video, before you watched this video? Probably none. And this is one of the many ideas that you're going to get when you have a huge winning products database that's being updated all the time. All right, so kids hanging chair. We got the idea. Now let's go to the first methods, right? The seller app, but more importantly, the Amazon Product Opportunity Explorer. And let's search for that product here and see if people are also interested in this product on Amazon. So here on the Opportunity Explorer, I'm going to search for hanging chair. Okay, and here we've got some hammocks. This is not the exact product that I was looking for, but we can kind of test the niche. So we can see that hammocks in the last 360 days, a lot of people who are searching for it, over 6 million. The growth in the last 90 days has dropped by a bit. It's got about a 3.65% return rate, but I want to look for the actual product, which is this one right here. Okay, so they call it a pod swing for kids, and kids hanging chair. These are the keywords that people are searching for to find this product. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and then I can get more information about that product. And I'm going to get it for this product specifically. So what is the average price? What is the search volume in the last year? How much the search volume grew or decreased in the last 180 days, and so forth. And as I scroll down, I can see how many people have listed this product. Okay, we can see 2 pages of people that listed this product. So overall, it looks like a pretty popular category, especially if we take into consideration that from this screen, we can see that the growth in the last 180 days for all of these products, for the first few products, is pretty low, okay, except for this egg chair right here, which also looks pretty cool. But you can see that the product that we're looking at has, in the last 180 days, so in the last half a year, there was a decrease in the total search volume. But in the last 90 days, so in the last 3 months, there's actually a 28.64% increase. So it looks like now is a good time to sell this product. What does kind of catch my eye here is this 4.13% return rate. That is a pretty high return rate for such a product. So maybe there was a problem with one of these products that these sellers are selling. I'm not sure exactly what the issue is, but I would check with my supplier and make sure that it is a high quality product, that my supplier is also not getting a lot of returns before listing it. And so our next step would be to see if we can even sell this product, if there are any buy boxes or any featured offers in Amazon where we can enter the buy box and offer a lower price so that we will be the number one in the buy box. And of course, people will check out with our listing. So here's how we're going to do that. You're going to go to Amazon and you're going to search for the product that you're actually looking to sell. So in this example, we know that we can use the AutoDS as a supplier here. Again, we're going to go over supplier soon. Don't worry if this is kind of confusing for you, but if you find the product here through AutoDS's marketplace in any one of its features, then you can import this product to your store. And if you have a sale, you can get the order automated. We're going to go over again all of that soon. But here on Amazon, I want to make sure that there is even a listing that I can enter here. So we're going to go back to product research soon. I just want you to understand how to validate the product, that you can actually add it on Amazon. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to search for kids swinging chair, okay, or kids swinging pod, whatever, as long as I get the results. And again, we have all of the suggested results over here, but these are all of the established sellers. We will not be able to enter their buy boxes because it will require brand approval. So here on the sort by, on the top right, I'm going to sort by newest arrivals. And this is the trick to find sellers, new sellers who haven't branded their products yet. Many sellers don't even bother branding their products. Those that do brand it, you won't be able to sell their products. You're going to have to apply to sell their product, and that's not going to be very friendly for the dropshipping business model. So we are not going to use that method. But how do you know if you can enter the buy box or not? Okay, so here again, I filtered by newest arrivals to see what new listings were created for this product. And here I can see a whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of swinging chairs, and none of them are similar to the product that I was looking for. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we've got one seller here, but that's not exactly the same look. This one even looks like trash compared to the one that we're selling. So let's continue until we find the actual listing. So I'm going to refine the search, and this is something that we're going to have to do in order to, of course, narrow down and find what we're looking for. Okay, so let's go with kids swinging pod. Okay, and then again, we're going to sort by newest arrivals. And here we already have more results. Okay, so if, for example, I go for a more established seller, okay, like for example, let's say I want to enter this buy box right here. So it is a new seller, it is a new listing, but the brand here is called generic. And I want you guys to keep an eye on it. We cannot resell any brand that's called generic. So we can't sell branded items, but we also can't sell brand generic. Now, don't worry. There's millions of products that you can resell, and I'm going to show you how to find them, but I just want you to know what you cannot do before you move on to what you can do. Okay, so brand generic, we can add these products. And let me show you what I mean by that. Let's say I do want to add this product. Okay, so I'm going to copy the ASIN. So remember that the ASIN is the product identifier on Amazon. In order to find it on Amazon, you can just run a search for the word ASIN. Okay, it's right here. I'm going to paste it right here. And here, instead of apply to sell, it's giving me this option, sell this product. So it looks like we can sell it. So under condition, I'm going to go to new. I'm going to click on sell this product. And now I'm going to get the generic brand error. Okay, so error, you cannot change a product detail page from another seller's generic product. Okay, so that's fine. We understand that we cannot sell generic products, even though it does give us the option to enter the buy box or the featured offer listing. So what you're going to do is continue the search for listings that you can enter the buy box. But in order to save you even more time and get a shortcut to understand what brands are generic before you even try to add them, then again, we're going to go back to using the Seller App Freemium extension, because that gives us a seller's name, the brand name, before we even enter the product listing. So this is the product that we just checked over here. And here under sellers, you can see that the brand is generic. Okay, so if we see that, we cannot resell the product. Okay, so let's look for a quick listing that we actually can resell. Then I want to show you the rest of the product research methods, and we're going to find some products live to sell. So as I scroll, with the help of the seller app freemium, we can see how many people are selling this product and what the brand is. So I want to look for someone that has a few sellers. So that means that the buy box is open, the featured offer is open to enter, and of course that the brand is not generic. Okay, so it's really easy to do it with this extension. And even if you don't have multiple sellers, it doesn't mean that you cannot enter as long as it's not a generic or well-established brand. Let's try this one right here. Okay, so I found this listing right here for that same hammock for $42.99. It's only got one seller, but the brand is not generic. It looks like we will probably be able to enter this one. Okay, so here is the listing. I'm going to copy the ASIN from the URL. I just know exactly where it is. You can always copy it from the product page by searching once again for ASIN. So I'm going to copy the URL back to Amazon. I'm going to search for this right here. So again, we're in the add product section, and here is the product. I can see that I can sell it. So let's select the condition, go to new. This is not a generic brand, so we should be able to sell this product, enter the buy box, and enter a cheaper offer. And yes, we are able to do it. Okay, so here, I'm going to put this product on the side because I'm going to add it through AutoDS when we get to that section. So let's just leave this tab open because I'm not going to do it manually through this screen right here. Okay, but that is how you can find a product and understand if you can or cannot sell it on Amazon. So the trick is to search for your niche and make sure that you are sorting by newest arrivals. Skip the ones that are sponsored, skip the ones that have a lot of sales and reviews, and go directly to the ones that are really new, that do not have a generic brand, and you will most likely be able to enter that featured offered box. All right, and I just found that one just from a quick scroll. So if I continue scrolling on the handpicked products, I can see more and more trending products. This is going to be your number one go-to to finding trending products to sell on Amazon. And again, it's updating all the time. All of the insights are inside. There is no better way to find winning products. The second method under the marketplace is called the Ad Spy. Now, it might not be that relevant to you as an Amazon seller, so I'm not going to spend that much time here, but it will give you ideas on niches and categories that are selling well for other sellers. So here you can simply spy on other people's Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok videos for the products that they're selling and see how well their video is performing. And with that, you can understand if that product is in demand or not. So here, for example, on the filters, I'm going to search for a product that has, or a video that has, let's say anywhere between 100 to 1000 likes. And let's say linked product. Yes, we want a linked product to be inside. And you can also go for a CTA button text, interaction rate, and so forth. But in any case, we can see right here that we are starting to see products that people are trying to sell, whether it's beauty products. I can see this wig over here, this stepper. And again, it's really easy to just click right here, see the TikTok ad, see the ad copy, see how well the engagements are, when this ad started to rise, or this video copy, when it was created, when it was last seen, what is the total duration, what platform it's on, what country region it's targeting, and you can also, of course, see the ad right here. And of course, you can take this one step further by searching for wigs on the Amazon Product Opportunity Explorer and take it one step further there. Okay, so this is another place to find really good trending product ideas by watching other sellers' videos, not by seeing their product page or their websites, but seeing directly the videos that they have created for these products in order to market them, whether organically or by pay-per-click ads. Okay, so this is another place to find great product insights to sell on your Amazon store. And the third is trending products. Now, trending products also under the marketplace is similar to hand-picked products. The main difference here is that all of these products and all of the information inside is coming directly from the power of our wonderful databases and artificial intelligence. So here, AI is helping us find these trending products. Okay, like let's say this remote control dinosaur over here. Let's click on that. And here we're getting information that's similar, but also different than what we have in the handpicked products. So here, for example, you can see, okay, the sold count, the profit range. And as I continue to scroll, I can see the product distribution over here. So this shows me what countries this product is being distributed to the most. And we have a nice little mix over here: Mexico, Korea, Brazil. And I wonder how the United States is not even here. Okay, it's here. It's just in the 6.85% zone. So you can see this is being distributed quite evenly over the 2 different countries around the world. Okay, and then you've got the ads. So if there's any ads for this product, you can see it here, product description. And after seeing all of this, of course, you can easily add it to your store by clicking here on import draft. You've got the shipping options here. So you've got standard and express with their prices and total shipping time. And you've got a graph here showing you the general sales of this product. And this one is selling by the thousands. This one is pretty crazy. Okay, and that's just another example of products that you can find from the trending products. Okay, there's this cool gyro 4WD car over here. There's a cool little laptop stand, which that's pretty cool. I like the fact that it has these little legs. And of course, as we continue, cool umbrellas. So you're going to get a lot of great product ideas from here. And again, the reason that I'm recommending the AutoDS Marketplace so much is because it's the only place where I've seen the biggest and the best list of products all being put into one place, or let's say 3 different categories. But the best product ideas are going to come from here because you're going to catch what's trending, you're going to catch it before everyone else, and you're going to search for those listings on Amazon where you can enter the featured offer box and win the offer. All right, so that's a quick overview of the AutoDS Marketplace and all of the best product features that it has inside: the winning products tool, the handpicked products, trending products, and the ad spy, which has TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram ads. Believe me, you will not need more than that to find the best and most trending products to sell on your stores right now. Let's continue with the rest of the product research methods, and in the end, you will choose which one is best for your business. So the next is called the Amazon bestsellers, and we've also got movers and shakers. Again, I've got links to them in the cheat sheet. And guys, it's about time to tell you what you need to do in order to have access to this cheat sheet. So all you have to do is comment right below this video, hashtag Amazon 2025. Let me know what is your top takeaway from this video. What did you learn from it? And I will send you a link to this cheat sheet right below this video. So again, hashtag Amazon 2025 right below this video, your top takeaway, what you learned, and you will gain access to this cheat sheet with all of the links, all of the resources that I have inside. All right, so Amazon's bestsellers and movers and shakers, you've got the links right here. What are these 2 pages? Here you will find a database of products on Amazon that are selling really well. Now, the only thing that I don't really like about it, okay, you can still get your product ideas from here, but you have a lot of branded products and Vero products that you simply cannot resell. And soon we're going to go over everything that you can and cannot resell, so it'll be easier for you. But there's a lot of big brands here that we simply cannot resell. And not just brands, but also like certain products like supplements and dangerous liquids and material that we simply cannot resell. But in any case, here's what it looks like. If you already know how to work your way through what you can and cannot sell, here Amazon's going to tell you what the best products are in every category. So whether it's in clothing, in beauty and personal care, handmade products, tools and home improvement, books, sports and outdoors, and so forth. So if, let's say, I like sports and outdoors, I'm going to click here on See More, and I'm going to see the best sellers here. Now, we are definitely not going to be able to enter the buy boxes of these products right here. These are the best and most established products in these categories, but you can get an idea here of a certain category that you may like, of a certain niche that you may like. This is where you're going to get those insights. So for example, let's say, okay, dumbbells, there's really nothing special about that. This is an air-blown mattress. Let's see what other ideas. These resistance bands have been selling for years and years now, even though saturation doesn't really matter. It's just the way that you market a product, but there is nothing that really looks so special about them. Okay, so here you can just continue scrolling until you find a cool product idea. Personally, I still haven't found any yet, but you will need to do your research here. So it's not my most recommended method, but every now and then I will jump in here and get a cool idea. Like, what is this? Vibration plate fitness platform exercise machine. So I guess you'd kind of stand on it and try to stay balanced. And we've already seen a similar product to this one on the AutoDS Marketplace. And look at this. This might be pretty cool. So it's this reflex ball for kids. So you kind of put it around your forehead, and then that's going to have a string connected to the ball that you simply need to punch. So that could be an idea. I haven't really seen that one before, but in any case, you will have to do a lot of deep diving and seeing what really stands out. Then you're going to search for that product on the Opportunity Explorer and make sure that that product really is trending right now on the Amazon platform. So bestsellers, Amazon's bestsellers is going to get you some more ideas, as well as the Amazon movers and shakers. So the link to that again is in the cheat sheet. And once you open that, you will see the biggest gainers in sales over the last 24 hours. So here you can see not what's selling well in the last 6 months or in the last 12 months, but what's selling well in the last day or two. Okay, and here again, you're going to have to filter through what you can and what you cannot sell. So again, we're not going to be selling any Ray-Ban sunglasses, but we can sell Christmas ornaments if Christmas is a season that's upcoming. But again, we are going to stay evergreen in the beginning. We're not going to be selling any Canon and Epson printers and Brother printers because those are big brands, but you can simply use the categories list right here on the left side to dive a little bit deeper. So let's say my niche is arts, crafts, and sewing, or I kind of want to look around here and see if this is something that might be worth selling. So I went under movers and shakers in arts, crafts, and sewing. And here I can get some product ideas like these big deluxe art sets or these rubber band bracelet kits, or these multi-layered boxes, storage boxes for the DIY crafts. Super Mario, of course, we cannot sell. I hope that you guys understand that by now. But again, here you can get an idea of things that are selling well. And I can see that these types of products, right, these boxes or packages that just come with a lot of arts and crafts products inside, or like colors and pencils, those are actually selling pretty well, because I see one right here, and then I'll scroll down a bit. I'll see another one right here. And let's see if we can catch some more. Here's another one right here. So I already noticed that pattern. That might be another one that's worth looking into. So again, once we get the idea of the product, we're going to look for it. We can validate that it's selling well right here on the Amazon Product Opportunity Explorer. And then we're going to search for that product on Amazon, filter by newest arrivals, and look for smaller brands that don't have reviews yet, that are not a generic brand, where we can enter the buy box using the methods that I showed you. So Amazon's Movers and Shakers is another place to get free insights on products that are selling well. Now I'm going to move a little bit quicker on the next ones, because you have all the links inside the Amazon cheat sheet, but you have a link here to the Sell These Now YouTube playlist. And here we have lots of videos coming out every week on the best products to sell, whether it's on a certain month, on a certain holiday event, under a specific niche. You have tons and tons of product videos right here. So if you like watching product videos and seeing what products are selling well, big winning products with huge profit margins, you can get a lot of insights from these videos. So you've got the link to it, of course, in the cheat sheet. And you've also got the Winning Products live sessions. So this is where you're going to have a chance to enter a live session with me, and I'm going to share with you the top trending products that are trending at that time. So here I host these live sessions every couple of weeks. I talk with the chat one-on-one. I help answer your questions, anything that you have around dropshipping. I've been doing this for over 8 years now, so my knowledge and experience is vast. I'm still doing it to this day, and I'll probably never stop doing it.
They're going to make him do this till he's 90.
But here you can see that these live sessions are all about winning products. So I'm going to share with you new winning products, new strategies, new ways to sell these products. But more importantly, you're always going to get a list of the best winning products every 2 weeks on these live sessions. So I added the link here to, if you want to review the previous videos, and you can also click on register for the next live session in order to, well, register for the next live session. So you can do that here, and you'll also be able to watch the live session directly from this page. Okay, so you got the links to that as well. So you're going to get a lot of winning product ideas from there. And if you're the type that likes to read, you've also got the product finding blog articles. So again, all of this content is absolutely for free. When I help you guys succeed with your business, that is the win-win situation that I'm looking for, especially once you start adding automation and really start to win with your stores. And so this blog section right here is going to walk you through the best dropshipping product articles. And we have new articles coming out a few times a week with new content, fresh content, more products, more dropshipping tips and strategies. So again, if you're the type that likes to read, I have a link to the products finding section on AutoDS's blog inside the Amazon Dropshipping cheat sheet. Last but not least, we've got the AliExpress Dropshipping Center. This is another nice place to find good products to sell. Now, quite personally, I would not source from AliExpress. We're going to go over suppliers soon. A lot of new dropshippers like to work with AliExpress, and that is absolutely fine. You can add products from there, but I want you to source your products from better suppliers, faster suppliers. Every dropshipper starts from AliExpress. I want you to have the upper hand. In order to do that, you can always add products from AliExpress, but when you make a sale, you're going to source it from a better supplier. And I'm going to show you that when we get to the order fulfillment section of this video. So the AliExpress Dropshipping Center helps you get insights on products that are selling well right now. So here you can see the Dropshipping Center. Make sure that you're logged into your AliExpress account. Otherwise, you won't have access to this section. So here you can find some winning products to sell. You can do a product analysis on products that you already found. So here, for example, let's say, okay, I've got this neck massager over here. So I'm going to click on it. Okay, so you got the regular information here inside. Let's say I want to get more information on this product. So I'm going to copy the URL to it. Then I'm going to go back to the Dropshipping Center. I'm going to do a product analysis. And here I'm going to paste that link for the product that I was interested in. Now it's going to show me a whole bunch of other neck massagers that are selling really well. So you can see right here, different price ranges. You can see how many times these products have been ordered. And that's pretty much all the info that AliExpress is giving at the moment. Now, in the past, they used to give a little bit more information. I used to see this graph of the history of these products. So you can kind of see the ups and the downs that these products have been having. But now all we're seeing is a summarized version, other products that are selling that are similar to that one, and the amount of orders that it has. So it's kind of like a summarized search. And that is the AliExpress Dropshipping Center. And simply by standing over here on Find Products to Sell, you can simply scroll here and look for some best sellers. And you can also jump into specific categories, of course, and find products through there. Okay, so here under every product, you can see that it says Go to Analyze. And again, that is where it's going to take you to that Analyze screen where it's going to show you more products that are similar to this one that are selling really well. Okay, so I clicked on that USB to HDMI or HDMI to DisplayPort cable, and then I can just see a whole bunch more here. That is the AliExpress Dropshipping Center. I'm not going to spend that much time going through it because that is not the most recommended method that I would go with, but it's another place where you can find a lot of winning products, a lot of ideas on the next products that you should sell, and it's all absolutely free, so why not? So I know that I put a lot of focus on that, but product research is really, really important. And you're going to spend most of your time doing product research. This is the only thing that cannot be completely automated for you, but the databases that I showed you on AutoDS is your best way to automate product research when it comes to dropshipping. So use the AutoDS marketplace, the handpicked products, the trending products, and the ad spy to get ideas on best sellers. Then you're going to search for them on Amazon, filter by newest arrivals, and find the products where you can enter the featured offer box. So I'm going to do a little bit of it myself soon. I'm going to do some product research and show you how I do my thing. And I want you to copy and paste my same exact methods that I'm passing on to you in this video and in this cheat sheet. Before I do that, just some paid product research methods. So if you've got a budget, you don't mind spending money on tools and on much more expensive tools at that in order to get all of this, you have Jungle Scout, which costs $49 a month. And this kind of reminds me of what Seller App does, just kind of with different views, like a different layout. And it provides a little bit more information when it comes to graphs and things like that. I'm not going to go over it too much. You can go over their main features right here. So you can do competitor analysis, keyword analysis, product research, market intelligence, and all of that. Just keep in mind one important thing. All of these tools that I'm recommending, whether it's Jungle Scout, Helium 10, which is their #1 competitor, costs $10 less per month, and AMZ Scout, which is the more expensive one, $50 a month. Remember that they do not have access to Amazon's database. What this means is, in other words, they don't really know how much a product is being searched. They don't really know how much a product is being sold. So I'm not saying that these tools are not good. Okay, they can give you a lot of winning product ideas, but that's going to come at that monthly cost that I'm showing you here. And their data overall is estimations. They're estimating how much searches, how much sales, and all of that. Okay, because the only place that has all this information is Amazon themselves. That's why I recommend using their free Product Opportunity Explorer tool to get insights on how well a product is really selling on their platform. Okay, so you can see the second link here is Helium 10, and the third is AMZ Scout. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. They're all pretty similar to one another, and you can see their pricing plans. I also wrote it down for you. So they're all pretty much doing the same thing, a similar thing, just in different ways. At the end of the day, you're going to get more insights using these tools. I've got links to them right here in the cheat sheet. Just keep in mind that monthly fee that it's going to cost you. Okay, so I'm going to do some product research now myself, and remember the product research shortcut strategy, which I also wrote for you inside this cheat sheet, so you will really have that step by step and you won't miss out on anything important. Again, hashtag Amazon 2025. Let me know what you love about this video, what you learned from it, and I will send you the link to this cheat sheet. All right, so the product research shortcut strategy. So #1, we're going to get winning products from AutoDS's marketplace or wherever you're getting your winning products from. Just make sure that you validated that is selling really well on Amazon using the methods that I showed you, especially the Product Opportunity Explorer. Okay, so once you found some ideas on winning products that you want to sell, you want to find the product on Amazon because we need to enter someone's listing and be the cheapest ones. And let me show you what that actually looks like when you enter a listing and be the cheapest one. So let me take you back to the Amazon Seller Central. And this is one of the products that we actually wanted to enter, but I want to show you the products that I already have. So let me just open this really quick. And I still need to fulfill this order. Thank you for the reminder, guys. I will do it soon. So here I'm going to click on the menu. Then I'm going to hover here on Catalog, and I'm going to click on Add Products. Then I'm going to hover over inventory and I'm going to click on manage all inventory. So I already added these two products to my store. And as I already mentioned, I already have a sale on this one. So it's a dog cigarette toy, like a chewy cigarette toy. Don't worry, it's not bad for their health. It's just a regular chewy toy. And here is a TPMS smart car tire pressure alarm system. So I found that again also through the AutoDS marketplace. And if I click on the product, okay, it'll take you to the actual listing. And you can see right here that I am the store, right? E-commerce Drop LLC. That's me right here. You can see that I am the winner of this buy box or this featured offer. That is why my listing is being shown here in the first place. And so if anyone purchases this product, they're going to purchase from me first. So I'm listing it for $29.99. And if I click on other sellers on Amazon, you can see that there are 2 sellers for this product. So of course, I am one of them. I am the winner. And the second one is this seller right here. Okay. Only he's selling it for $125. So when I found this listing and I saw that it was from the AutoDS marketplace, I saw that this product is selling well. And I found a seller who's selling it at a crazy price on Amazon. So I entered their buy box right away, the featured offer. I entered my price, and of course at $29.99 because I'm buying it for, I would say 2 times less if I'm not mistaken. So I can easily list it for this price and make my profit. So as soon as I listed a cheaper price, better shipping, I am the winner of the buy box. And this is what I want you all to do on your Amazon store so that you will start making your sales. The second product is that cigarette dog toy, as I mentioned. But here, what happened was something kind of opposite. So I entered the featured offer box or the buy box of another seller because of course it's the only way to really automate all of this and list as many products as we want and not be responsible for being the owner of these listings, but still enjoy the sales and profit. So here what happened was there was another seller. And when he saw that I was listing it for $19.99, he figured that there was no way for him to beat that price because I guess he was just using really expensive suppliers and he just left. He deleted himself from this listing. So this is the first time that I am on an Amazon listing and I am the only seller. You can see that it ships from me, e-commerce drop LLC, right? If I click on it, it'll take me to me. This is my store. And yeah, so we can see it right here. I'm the only seller selling this product. So it looks like I'm the one who created this listing, even though I didn't. And now I'm the only seller selling this listing. Doesn't really matter to me as long as I'm the winner of the featured offer box or the buy box. But it's kind of cool to have a listing that looks like I created it because there is no other seller here. And this is the product that just sold, by the way. Okay, so let's do a quick session on finding winning products on the marketplace. So we already found that kid's hammock, but I did that really quickly. Let's go back to the handpicked products and let's try a few more. So again, it doesn't matter if you're in the marketplace, handpicked, AdSpy, trending products. I just like the handpicked products because I really have a customized team that's finding these products all the time, adding them on the day-to-day. So everything here is super, super trendy and fresh. Okay, so let's look for things that are interesting, things that we haven't seen in our years of doing dropshipping. And even if you haven't been dropshipping for years, it doesn't matter. All of these products are trending really, really well. And the more years of experience you have, the more you'll be able to easily spot these special products which you haven't really seen before. Okay, let's just check out this one really quick. So we're looking at a wall-mounted automatic fragrance machine. Okay, so this is kind of different than the ones that are usually used to because this one mounts on the wall and the design here really is unique. Let's give this one a look. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the cheat sheet. Okay, so I found the product from the marketplace. Now I need to find the product on Amazon. Now the fastest way to do that is one, we can do a reverse image search by simply right-clicking and search using Google Lens. This only works on Chrome browsers. And then we'll be able to narrow down the Google Lens into showing us the Amazon listings for that product. Okay, so here's what all of that means. I'm going to go back to the AutoDS marketplace. I'm going to right-click on the image right here. And then I'm going to click on search with Google Lens. And I can see it on AliExpress. I can see it on Shein. I can see it on Temu and all of these other retailers who are selling this product. I can see it on eBay and so forth. But right now I'm looking for Amazon. So here on the search, I'm going to search for Amazon. And now it's going to show me only the Amazon stores or the Amazon listings that have this product. Okay, and here I can see it on Amazon. Now, how will I know which listing I can actually enter? So this initial search is just to make sure that this listing actually exists on Amazon, or if I want to find a supplier. So for example, if I want to see how much it costs on AliExpress, I can do that by simply searching for AliExpress. And here I can find the AliExpress listings. But the best part is we don't really need to look for a supplier because we've got it right here on AutoDS. And here, this product costs $2.52 with another 2 days shipping, and it'll arrive within 10 business days to the US. And you've got different colors, different variations. So we've already got it right here. We've already got the supplier. And you can also click on this button right here to search it on Amazon. So that's another way to be able to search for this product on Amazon. So it says right here, wall-mounted automatic fragrance, but here we have a whole bunch of other listings as well. That's not that same exact one. So one, we can kind of refine the search. Okay, so let's just make it wall-mounted automatic fragrance and maybe remove the rest. And here it's still not refined enough. In any case, let's search by newest arrivals because those are all of the more established listings, which anyway, we cannot enter their buy boxes. And as I scroll here, okay, here we go. Here's one. So let's enter this listing right here. Okay, so we can see that this seller is selling it for $9.90. That's relatively cheap. He's not making that much of a profit, but we're still going to check this one anyway. Okay, so let's see if we can enter this listing over here. I'm going to copy the ASIN. I'm going to go to Amazon. I'm going to pretend that I want to add a product just to make sure that I can. Put the ASIN right here, submit. Okay, this is the listing, and this one has apply to sell. So I cannot sell this one specifically, and you get what I'm going to do here. So now it's a rinse and repeat process. We're going to look for more and more, but just make sure that the product does have good results on the Amazon Product Opportunity Explorer. Okay, so let's move on to another product. Let's go back to the handpicked products. Now, while I could continue searching for that product on Amazon, I just want to show you the variety of products that you can actually sell here. And I'm doing this product research in a live session. I haven't pre-configured this. I'm just freestyling it and showing you how I'm finding my products. I like this one right here. So this product kind of catches my eye. It looks like it connects to maybe to the AC part of your car. And it's called Car Smart App Control RGB Music Rhythm. So I can kind of see here what it does from other people's videos on this product. So it connects to your car. And that's pretty cool. It shows music it shows the LED lights according to the music. Okay, that's a pretty cool product. Let's do an Amazon image search here. So we're going to search it with Google Lens. We're going to search it on Amazon. Yeah, we've got listings here on Amazon for this product. Let's click on one of them. Okay, and here we go. So I found one seller. He's selling one unit of it for $13.69. Let's see how much it costs through AutoDS. So if I go back here, this one costs us $5.60 plus $2 shipping. So we're looking at $7.60. And here it's being sold for less than 2 times that price. But this is just one example. But then again, this one doesn't change according to the music. So it's not the same exact product. This isn't the one that we're looking for. Okay, so we can always move on to plan B by searching for this product on Amazon. And if you can't find the same exact one, you can kind of narrow down the title. So Car Smart App Control RGB Music Rhythm. That should be enough. Let's remove the rest. And let's search by newest arrivals. Okay, so here we have a whole bunch of results of other products that are similar to that one, but it's not that same exact one. And so let's continue to scroll until we find another one. And again, this process, like I mentioned, this product research, here we go. Here's a nice listing. Let's see if we can enter this one. It's got a review, but that's fine because it's a new seller. The brand is not generic. So let's go ahead and enter. Okay, so you can see the brand here is ZHOSXRC. And overall, it's got a review, which is fine. It doesn't look like a well-established brand or anything like that. They are selling it for a relatively cheap price. So we're going to have to look for more expensive products so we can actually make some more profit. But let's go ahead and see if we can enter this one because it's the same exact product. So I'm just going to search for the ASIN. Here it is. Let's go ahead and copy it. Go back to Amazon and see if we can list this product. So I'm going to click on Add Products, put the ASIN right here, and make sure that we don't have to apply to sell. Okay, so we've got sell this product. So I'm going to click on select condition, go to new, and click on sell this product. No error messages. Everything is fine. We can enter the buy box right here. The only thing with this one is the profitability. So if it costs us $5.60 plus $2, that's $7.60, and he's selling it for $9.99. So it's not a very profitable one. And in this case, I would not enter this buy box. And that is another calculation that you have to make when doing your product research. So go for the higher ticket products. I love selling high ticket products because the profit margins there are just so much higher. All right, so let's try to find another product really quick using the product research techniques that I went over, and we're going to do everything step by step. So here I am again scrolling on the AutoDS Handpick Products Hub. I'm just going to look for another product that really catches my eye, that really looks unique, like this one right here, Save Space Rotating Drying Rack. That's pretty cool. It's like a drying rack that you can kind of rotate and then it just kind of spins. That's pretty nice. Haven't really seen this one before. Let's check out the info. So we're going to click on it. We're going to get the product information inside. Again, I can see some videos that people made for this product and they're selling pages on other websites, but we're selling on Amazon, so it's not really that relevant. And then again, here, we're going to right click on the image. We're going to do a search with a Google Lens. And here I can search for Amazon. I can see once again Shane and AliExpress. So again, here on the search field, I'm just going to search for Amazon because that is what I want to see if this product is being sold on Amazon. And here I can see it on the first result. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that one. And let's click on it to go to the product page on Amazon. And let's check it out. Now remember guys, product research, once again, this is what's going to take up the most amount of your time. Everything else that I'm going to do after this is pretty much automated and easy once you configure your store settings, which I'll show you after the product research. But once again, this is what's going to take up the most amount of time. Everything else is automated. Everything else is super easy. So once you get this down, how to find the product and how to increase your chances of entering the featured offer box and being first place, then once again, everything else is going to be a breeze. So do this once, twice, 3 times, and you'll get the hang of it and you'll start finding winning products in no time. All right, so we've got this stainless steel round sheets hanger and it's being sold at, wow, that's really expensive, almost $90, $89.19 from this seller. All right, so we can validate that it's the same exact product that we're looking at here. So we did find it using the Google Lens search. Of course, you can also search for the product once again on Amazon by clicking on that button here. And we can actually see it right here. Here it is at $90. You also have this one, but it's not the same exact product. It's nice that it's much, much cheaper, but we're looking at the same exact products. But yeah, we're just going to focus on that one listing that we want to try and enter and beat the buy box. So that's this one right here. So again, we're going to copy the ASIN. We're going to go and try to add the product on Amazon. All right, remember I saved this one. Let's also add this one to our stores when we get to the import section. Okay, so here we're adding a new product. We're just testing to see if we can enter the buy box. And I can see that I do have the option. So again, select a condition, new, and I can go ahead and click on sell this product. And I can see that I can easily list it. Just once again, I'm not going to do it through here because I don't want to do things manually. I want to do it with automation. I want to have price monitoring, stock monitoring, and everything else that comes with perfect automation. So we're going to put this one on the side. We're going to add this to our stores as well. I can see that we can enter it. It costs $89.19. So beating the featured offer box or the buy box here is actually going to be pretty easy because it costs us $5.55 plus $2 shipping. So that's about $7.50. Let's round that up to $8. That's what it's going to cost us. So it's going to arrive within a couple of weeks to the US. And let's see what the seller's shipping speed is here. It only ships within 4 to 5 days, and then you have more time for delivery. So this one is December 10th to 19th. I'm recording this video on November 25th. So that's about a 3-week delivery time. So we are going to beat their delivery time, and we're also going to beat their price easily because they're selling it for almost $90 where we can buy it for just about $8. All right, so let's save this one on the side. This is another perfect example where we can enter the featured offer box, provide faster shipping, and a better price. All right, so this is what you need to do for product research, and this is how you can find more and more winning products to add to your Amazon store. And keep in mind, it doesn't cost money to add these products. You can add as many products as you want. So push your time down on product research because this is where the magic is going to happen. All right, so let's sum this up really quickly before we move on because I want to configure the store settings. I want to configure your shipping and return policies. I want to import these products. I want to connect everything with automation. And I also want to go through order processing so you can learn how to fulfill your orders, whether you want to do it manually, automatically. I'll give you all the options. And I'm also going to fulfill the order that I got for one of the products that I added to my Amazon store. All right, so to sum up product research, you've got it once again in the Amazon cheat sheet, hashtag Amazon 2025. Let me know what you learned from this video, and I'm going to send you the link to this cheat sheet with all of the step-by-step process. But don't just comment and leave this video because I always throw in more to the video. So make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, get your cheat sheet, and then start taking your steps, create your Amazon store, and start selling and profiting. All right, so product research shortcut strategy. So number one is get winning products from AutoDS's marketplace or from wherever you want to get them. Of course, this is my personal recommendation. Then you want to find the product on Amazon. So you're going to do a reverse image search, just like I did. Do an Amazon search. If the product is not listed on Amazon, find a similar one or simply move on to the next. As you saw, I couldn't enter the featured box for all of the products that I found here, but for the most of them, once we understand how to work with the newest arrivals and staying away from the generic and the big brands, it's pretty easy to find them. Okay, so we want to sort by newest arrivals to find the new unbranded sellers who listed the product, avoid established listing with high reviews, avoid generic sellers. This will increase the chance of entering the featured offer, aka buy box, without requiring brand approval. I know I'm repeating these things, but it's important because I want you to memorize these things. In any case, after you practice once or twice, you will pretty much have it memorized and it will become much, much easier. The next step is to try to add the product manually. I added a link to how you can easily add the product manually to this place right here by entering the ASIN in the text field just to check if it requires approval to sell. Under select condition, you're going to choose new, just like I did a few times in this video already. And if you see the option to sell this product, you can enter the featured buy box. but do not list the product yet. Continue down this checklist when we get to the import section. Now, if you do see the option not available or apply to sell, then you can enter the featured offer for this one, but of course you can move on to the next product or look for another similar one. Next, you're going to do a reverse image search to find the supplier or source, but this is only if the product did not come from the AutoDS marketplace. So what does this mean? Let's say you found a product from another product research strategy, and that product that you found, you can use it to enter the buy box on Amazon or the featured offer box, but you still haven't found the supplier. So if you want to look for a good source for this product, you can once again use Google Lens to find that. So you saw how I was looking for some of these products, and then I would just right click on the main image and I would do a Google Lens search. And here I can find the product using cheap suppliers like AliExpress, Shein, Alibaba, and so forth. But still, I'm going to show you how you can find even better suppliers than the ones that you're seeing here. So you can go ahead and list the products using those suppliers, but when you actually get an order, then I want you to source the products because that way you're going to find a better supplier. So I'm going to get to all of that. But once again, if you did not find the product from the AutoDS marketplace, that means that you need to find a supplier, because if AutoDS is not going to be your supplier, then you're going to use right click, Google Lens search, and find a supplier, preferably AliExpress, just so that you'll have some supplier, even though you're going to change that once you source your product. But you need to have a starting supplier. You need to have something. Okay, so you can just search for it on AliExpress. But again, skip this step if you're using the AutoDS marketplace, because there you already found your supplier. Okay, next you're going to create a list of winning products to add to your Amazon store. Okay, so you're going to create a list with the product name, with the Amazon ASIN /URL, and the supplier /source URL. So in other words, let's say, okay, I found this product, right? So I'm going to save this page. I'm going to save the URL or the ASIN, and I'm also going to save the page where I got it from on AutoDS. So I'm going to save this URL to this product page because this is my supplier. And that's pretty much it. So I've got my product name, I got my Amazon, and I got my supplier /source URL. Save a list of all these products so that you will be able to add them once you're done with the product research phase. All right, and here are just some more examples that I found before I recorded the video, even though I found some while I'm recording the video. But just to show you, you already saw that smart car tire pressure system. So this is the product page right here on Amazon, and you can see that I am the cheapest seller here, but where am I getting this product from? So I saved my supplier source URL right here. I found this product, of course, through the AutoDS marketplace, through the handpicked products. So here's where I got that product from, and I can see that it cost me $18 plus $2 shipping with about 2 weeks delivery time. Now remember that your customers don't want to wait too long. So anywhere between 1 to 2 weeks is fine. Anything above that, you should look for a better supplier, which I will also jump to soon. So here we're looking at a $20 item cost. And when I source it through better suppliers, I could probably also find it for cheaper. So obviously the profit here is not going to be too high. And soon I'm going to walk you through Amazon selling fees too, so you know exactly how much you're profiting. But I could raise the price here a bit because I might have went a little bit too cheap here. I might have went a little bit too low, especially considering that the other seller, the one who created this listing, is listing it for $125. I'm just going to bump it up another $10. I really don't see a reason not to. But anyway, that's just another example. Okay, so I saved the links here if you want to check it out. It's inside the Amazon cheat sheet. The second product is that squeaky cigarette dog toy that you saw. So again, here is the link to it. I entered the featured offer box really quickly, really easily here. Then the other seller removed himself, as I told you. So I'm the only one selling this product. It looks like I created the listing because there are no other sellers, even though I did not create the listing. So I think it's great if you enter the buy box with another seller and that seller leaves, you're going to be the only one selling that product. Even though, once again, it doesn't matter. As long as you're winning the buy box, you can have 20 sellers under you. You're still going to make all those sales as long as you are the cheapest and fastest seller. So here you can find the supplier source right here. So again, I found this one on AutoDS through the marketplace. And here is the product. So you can see that the item cost is $6.54 with another $2 for shipping. So overall, $8.50, let's say $9 with shipping, and it arrives within a couple of weeks. So $9 buying price using private suppliers, and I'm selling it for 2 times that price, and I could easily even go above that because I was competing with that other seller. He was selling it for $24.99, and so I listed it for $23.99, and then he went $22.99, and then I went $19.99, and then he just left the listing because I guess the profit just isn't enough for him. So that is also good for us because we could also raise the price here since no one else is selling this product here in this listing. On the other hand, buying for 10, selling for 20 isn't that bad, so I'll leave it as is, even though I will show you some cool tricks soon on how you can automate your prices and raise them automatically when you're making sales, decrease them when you're not making sales, so you can find that sweet spot where the product is making consistent sales while maintaining your highest profit percentage for that product. If I'm speaking another language to you, don't worry, I'm going to get to all of that soon. All right, so that is that squeaky cigarette dog toy. Pretty profitable. So those are some winning products that I have on my store. All right, so let's talk a little bit about products to avoid dropshipping. I'm going to make this really quickly. You have it inside the cheat sheet, but you're going to stay away from even the obvious things, right? No hazardous materials, no liquids, no medicines and supplements. We're not doctors. No products that have a choking hazard, no tobacco, no firearms, no trademark and copyrighted products, and even more things that I didn't list here. No drugs, drug paraphernalia. Guys, all of these things that are just dangerous and things that we are not allowed to resell, just stay away from them. There's millions of products that you can resell, so stay away from the risky ones. All right, let's continue. So how do we actually start selling on Amazon? And this step comes after the seller account verification and product research. That's why I put it right here. So now we're starting step number 4, how to actually start selling on Amazon. Now that our account is up, verified, and we did our product research, we have that list of products that we want to sell. Here is that next step. So what you want to do now is connect Amazon to AutoDS, because now we need to configure our settings. We need to import our products to our stores, and we're going to be able to do that through automation. Now, AutoDS comes with a plethora of features and updates that's coming out all the time. So I'm not going to go over all of it now, but just as a quick overview, you've got all of the product finding features that I showed you. You've got the Fulfilled by AutoDS, which automatically fulfills your orders, and that's also how I'm going to fulfill mine. You've got the ad spy tools that I showed you. We've got the products importer that I'm going to also show you soon how to import your products. And we've got more things if you're not selling on Amazon, like print on demand and AI pre-built stores and AI product add-on description generators and so much more. Things that are more relevant to Amazon is like the inventory management, which I'll show you, the products page, price and stock monitoring, automatic price optimization, which I just talked about, and tracking number updates, which happens automatically if we've got automatic orders enabled. I'm going to show you all of that. There's a whole bunch of integrations, so not just for Amazon. There are a lot of suppliers to work with, which I'll go over soon, and a whole bunch of resources like free dropshipping courses, the dropshipping blog page that I showed you, mentorship program, ebooks, podcasts, and so much more. So check out our academy. Check out the AutoDS system. All of this trying out for just a $1 trial for 14 days is more than worth your efforts and investments. So now we're going to connect Amazon to AutoDS so that we can begin automation, especially with the features that I just mentioned. And we're going to set our break even, our profit percentage, and everything else according to Amazon's selling fees. And the fees are also shown after we list the product. So let me show you exactly what that means and what it looks like. Then we're going to create a shipping policy. So let's take it from the start. So you've got the link right here. Just go ahead and click on it. Then we're going to go ahead and click on Get Started and register for your AutoDS account. In my case, it took me directly to my account because I already have one. But in your case, it's just entering your email address, your name, selecting your package, adding your payment information for your $1 trial. And then you're going to get greeted with this nice little marketplace and a dashboard and everything else that we have going on, which I will also go over soon. But the first thing that we need to do is connect our Amazon store to AutoDS. So you're already logged into your Amazon Seller Central account. The next thing that you're going to do is on AutoDS. If you haven't connected your store while you were registering for AutoDS, you're going to click here on the top left. You're going to click on Add Store, and you're going to add an Amazon store. Click on Continue. It'll connect to your Amazon Seller Central account. Request approval. Go ahead and accept it, and your Amazon store will be connected right here. This is where the automation magic begins. So once we have connected Amazon to AutoDS, we can set our break even, our profit percentage, everything else on the settings page. So again, you've got the Amazon selling fees right here. So if I scroll down after the plans, individual, professional, the things that we already went over, you've got the referral fees right here. So the referral fees is how much Amazon is going to take from your transaction after you make a sale when it applies to a certain category. So for example, if you were selling a backpack, then you are going to pay a 15% fee plus 30 cents fixed price. If you're selling, for example, a consumer electronic, then it's an 8% fee plus 30 cents. So what I like to do here is take the average. What is the average that we're looking at on categories that we're most likely to sell? For example, we're probably not going to sell gift cards because we can't, and we're not going to sell grocery and gourmet, but we are going to sell home and kitchen, which is around 15%. We can sell jewelry, which is around 20%, relatively high here. And we can also sell lawn and garden, so that's 15%, office products, 15%, pet supplies, 15%, Sports and outdoors, 15%. Toys and games, tools and home improvement, 15%. So we're looking at an average of 15% plus another 30 cents fixed price. So that is the break even that we should set on our Amazon accounts. The way to do that is to simply on AutoDS, click on settings, make sure that your store is selected here. So it's my Amazon store. And then you need to select which supplier you're going to work with, which supplier you want these settings to be added on if you're adding products from those suppliers. So if you don't know who your supplier is, because we didn't get to that yet, don't worry about it. You can always come back here later and update it. And I'm going to give you a better overview soon because this is a supplier. We still haven't reached suppliers yet. So here I'm telling the system, okay, every time I list a new product from the AutoDS marketplace to my Amazon store, then under pricing, I want you to know that my break even is 15% plus another 30 cents in a fixed price. And on top of that, I want to make another 60% profit. Okay, this is just an example of how the system will automatically price your products when you add these products to your store. But you can always change the prices, even adding them to your store. But once you start adding more and more products, you want this to be automated, so you can just set it right here in the settings. And also, after you list a product, you can see the fees. So for example, let's look at one of the products that we have listed. So I'm just going to go to inventory, manage all inventory. This will show me my listed products. And we've got these two listed products as you've already seen. Okay, so I've got the cigarette dog toy priced at $19.99. Then we've got the TPMS smart car tire pressure system at $29.99, which will change the price of that soon. So these are the products that we have listed, and you can see your total fees over here. Okay, so for the cigarette toy, it's $3 fees, and for the smart car tire pressure system, it's $4.50 fees. So this is the fee that I'm going to pay if and when I make a sale. Okay, so let's go back to it. So now let's create a shipping policy. You've got a link right here to create your shipping policy. So just click on it. Okay, again, it's in the cheat sheet, hashtag Amazon 2025. What is your top takeaway from this video? And this cheat sheet is yours to have. And here is where you're going to create your shipping template. So your shipping policy will let Amazon and also your buyers know where you're shipping from and how long it will take for the delivery. And also, of course, what countries you can ship to. So here's how you can configure all of that. After clicking on the link, it'll take you directly to your shipping settings. You can also find it here. So the link will take you directly to there, but you can also find it by clicking here on settings, and then you're going to go to shipping settings. Okay, so once we're here, we're going to create a new shipping setting. I already have my shipping template here, but let's just create a new one for demonstration purposes. So you're going to click on create new shipping template. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and click on OK. And now it's asking me for a ships from location. So it's telling me, okay, I see that you want to make a shipping template. First, tell me where you're shipping it from. And so here I already created a China warehouse in my addresses, so I can go ahead and select that. Now, if it doesn't give you the option to create a ship from location address here, then you can always go back to where you were. And remember that Amazon's menus will change from time to time. So by the time I'm recording this video, the time you're watching it, if things moved around, just look for where it moved around to because that's Amazon. So here we were under shipping templates. We're just going to click on this tab right here, general shipping settings. And here you've got your default shipping address. So this is your default ships from address. And here I added a China warehouse with an address in China. So while it might not be the same exact address where the Chinese warehouse actually is, it doesn't really matter as long as you provide an address in the same location that you're saying that you're shipping from. And another tip here is to make sure that you're not lying about where you're shipping from. So if your products are shipping from China, create a ships from China warehouse. If your product is shipping from the US, create a US ships from warehouse, and so forth. Now, in order to help you with that, where to get all of these addresses, I also added inside the cheat sheet warehouse addresses in the US, in China, in the UK, in Australia, and in Europe. So if you're going to ship from any of these locations and you need a warehouse address to add here, you can just take them directly from here. So just click on the link and you'll get your list of addresses. You can simply copy and paste any of these addresses and add them as one of your warehouse addresses just to make your job easier. So here I created a China warehouse. That's the name that I gave the address. The full address is copied from that sheet that I just showed you. And you've got your order fulfillment settings. Now remember that we are under the general shipping settings and we came from the shipping template. So we need to make sure that we're taking care of both of these. So let's go over the options here real quick and then jump back to shipping templates. All right, so under order fulfillment settings, you're going to click on the edit button here and just make sure that you do not have pickup available. Now here under automated handling time, we're going to keep that off. We don't want Amazon to choose their own handling time for us because they're mostly going to choose 0 day and we don't want 0 day. 1 day is better for us. So this gives us 1 day to add tracking information. So we're going to find good suppliers that can ship our products really quickly. And of course, I'm going to go over that and the order handling capacity. So here what happens is Amazon tells you, okay, what is the total maximum orders that you can handle per day? So if you say I can only handle one per day and you get that one order, then Amazon will know that you cannot handle another order per day, even though you can and you'll still get orders. What they're going to do is they're going to bump that 1 day to 2 days and then to 3 days, according to how many days you have set here where you already have orders that are buffered before that. Okay, so for example, let's say my daily order handling capacity is 2. And I get one order, Amazon's like, okay, ship it out within 1 day. I get another order, Amazon's like, okay, I know you can handle 2 orders, so ship that out within a day. And then you get the third order, Amazon's like, oh, I know that you cannot handle the third order per day. So now instead of 1 day, we're going to tell the customer that it's going to be 2 days. So that's a nice little way to increase your handling time after your first order. So you can leave it here at whatever suits your business, whatever suppliers you're working with. It really depends on their total shipping time and how fast they can provide a tracking number. Just remember that the handling time is how long it takes to provide tracking information and not how long it'll take to reach the customer. Okay, so set whatever value makes sense here. Go ahead and click on save. If you're not sure, start with a lower number like 1. And then if you have no problem fulfilling those orders, up it up to 2 and then 3 and so forth. So that is the order handling settings. Then we're going to go back. And now we can see at the handling time, we don't want the automated one. The default handling time is 1 day. Our handling capacity, I set it to 2 orders per day at the moment. And that's pretty much it. Now you also have the buyer requested cancellation. This is new. And here Amazon allows the option for automatic order cancellation. So here, for example, if a customer places an order on your store and within half an hour, he cancels that order, then the cancellation will be done automatically and Amazon will send a refund to the buyer. So make sure that you do not ship out the item before that time frame passes. So here, for example, you can click on edit and here you can change that to a larger number. Now, in this case, I would keep it as low as possible, just so that if you set it to half an hour, which is the default, it's the minimum that you have to accept, then don't fulfill your orders in the first half an hour after getting them, just in case your customers would want to cancel and you won't have an option to approve because it'll be automatically approved. Okay, so keep that at the minimum possible. So I'm going to keep that at half an hour. And if there are any holidays where you'll be offline and you know that in advance, you can go ahead and add them here under holidays. Just click on edit and say when you will be on holiday and Amazon will up your handling time accordingly. All right, so that's everything that you want to set up in the general shipping settings. And now let's move over to the shipping templates. Now, if you have more than one ships from address, that is fine. You can select that option as well, but you just have to add that address to your address book. So if, for example, some of your products are going to be shipped from a supplier from China, then you want to connect that product to your China warehouse. But if you're working with multiple suppliers, which is a great idea because we don't want to put all of our eggs in one basket. So let's say you're also working with US suppliers who can ship even quicker than Chinese suppliers because it's domestic. So you can ship from and to the US. And of course, you can also do that really easily with AutoDS. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but if, for example, you're in the handpicked products and you're doing your product research, if you go all the way up to the top of the screen, you can change your ships too. So here I want to see all the items that can ship to the United States because that's where I'm selling at. That is my target audience, the currency that I want to see, if there are any ads connected to this product, how many orders these products have, what is the profit range, and so forth. So you have all these filters to help you out even more. But if now, for example, I want to add another warehouse because I'm also going to ship from US. So some products are going to ship from China, other products are going to ship from the US. So in order to add another warehouse, what you're going to do is you're going to click on edit over here. And then you're going to add a new address. Okay, and then here you're going to call it, for example, USA warehouse. Okay, and the country here, of course, is the United States. Then you're going to go ahead and fill in the address and everything else according to the list that I helped you with. Unless you can find your own addresses, or if you actually know the address, you can go ahead and enter that. Okay, and then when you're listing products, you can assign each product to its warehouse so that Amazon will know which warehouse it's coming out from and your customer will know as well. Okay, so here my default shipping address at the moment is China warehouse because my products are coming from there. Now let's move over to the shipping template. So we're already here. We clicked on create new shipping template and we are going to click on OK. And here we're going to first of all choose our ships from. So if you remember correctly, I only have the China warehouse at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and click on next. And now you have fulfillment type preferences. And we are third-party sellers. We're not using Amazon's Prime service. We are a third-party merchant. Okay, so we are not using Amazon Fulfilled by Amazon service. We are shipping the products from wherever we want directly to the customers. So here we're going to select, I want to automate my self-fulfilled non-prime shipping settings. Click on next. Then you've got your region preferences. So here it's asking, okay, we understand that you are shipping from your China warehouse, but what are the shipping carriers that you are actually working with? And here you do not want to select something specific because then you'll have to use that shipping carrier all the time. And Amazon will check to make sure that you are shipping from where you're saying you're shipping from. So don't say that you're shipping from the US if you're shipping from China. And so here we're not going to select anything specific or fancy like Yun Express or DHL. We are going to go with China Post. And it's okay if everything here is selected. And that's pretty much it here. That's all that we need to select. We are going to be using a China Post carrier, and there are a whole bunch of carriers under China Post that are going to ship our product. So this is the correct answer for this. Then we've got the shipping services priority. And you'll see that as a default setting, it's set on I want Amazon to choose the shipping services that I selected above that creates the longest delivery time. Now, of course, we don't want the longest delivery time. We're actually going to deliver pretty quickly. And of course, I'm going to show you all of that soon when we get to the suppliers and when we get to sourcing these suppliers. But here we want to change it to the third option, which is I want Amazon to dynamically choose one of my above shipping services, which in this case is China Post, that creates the fastest possible delivery time estimate based on my customer's location. So here it's going to choose a fast delivery time, and that way we are going to win the buy box on the delivery time. We're also going to live up to it because we are going to deliver quickly. And of course, more importantly, our prices are going to be the cheapest. So cheapest pricing, fastest shipping, the winner of the featured or the buy box. Okay, so we're going to choose that option. And before we go ahead and click on next, there's one more thing that we forgot. Right up here on the region preferences, there's one more quick edit that I would want to do. So here you're going to go ahead and click on edit. And so we're obviously shipping to all of the United States, but we do not want to ship to Hawaii, Alaska, US protectorates, and APO, FPO, simply because these states usually are problematic and a lot of shipments either get lost or get returned. So we want to stay away from them and just have everything else checked in, which is pretty much done automatically. Then you're going to go ahead and click on OK. And here you can see that it says continental US is enabled, and we don't see Hawaii and all of those other problematic places. Now we're finished. We can go ahead and click on next. Then we have a little overview of our domestic shipping. Go ahead and click on confirm, and we are done with our shipping settings. So we set our ships from warehouse. We set our shipping templates where we can ship to, our handling time, and everything else. And so now you just need to give your template a name. So if you haven't done so yet, you can call this ship from China or whatever you want. I already have this template already set up, so I'm just doing a demo setup. But here, anyways, you already edited this information here. Just go ahead and make sure that everything here is fine. Under standard shipping, it's okay that you got the PO box on. Shipping fee is $0, $0. We're not charging for shipping. And here you also have expedited shipping and 2-day delivery. We're going to turn that off, especially because when we're shipping from China to the US, we're not really going to have 2-day delivery. But if you're creating a US to US or UK to UK shipping template, and you know that you can deliver within that time frame, go ahead and leave that on, as well as 1-day delivery. Okay, expedited shipping is also an option if you know that your supplier can ship quickly. So this is the transit time, not the handling time. You already have 1-day handling time or whatever we set, but here you have the total transit time, and this is expedited. So the most that you can have is 3 to 5 days after the handling time. So if you can ship, if you can deliver within that time frame, go ahead and give this a price if you would like to price it for the customer so that, you'll make a little bit of extra profit even though you're paying the same price. And the customer will pay for that just to get the item quicker. So leave that on if your supplier allows it. If you're not sure yet, just go ahead and leave it off and save your shipping template. And that's it. When you're listing a product, you can select which shipping template you want to assign it to. Ships from China, ships from US, depending on who that supplier will be. All right, so here's how to set your return policies. And this is for every time someone wants to return a product, which shouldn't happen too much. The average industry return rate for the products that we are dropshipping should be anywhere between 1 to 2, maybe 2.5% returns. But in any case, we do want to offer the best customer service that we can so that our stores will stay here in the long term. And in order to do that, we do have to put up with returns every now and then. So here, when we set our return policy, our customers will understand exactly if they can even return the product, what the conditions are, and what they need to do in order to return their product. You may notice that my voice is a little bit different. I'm resuming the video now after a couple of days because I had a pretty mean cold, which I'm finally finally coming off of. So don't mind the voice and let's jump into return policies. Okay, so you got the link to create a return policy inside your Amazon Seller Central on the Amazon dropshipping cheat sheet. Once again, hashtag Amazon 2025. Let me know what is your top takeaway from this video and I will reply back with a link to the cheat sheet. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click on this link. And let's quickly create our return policies. Right after this, I'm going to go over the best dropshipping suppliers, and I'm going to show you how to connect with the fastest, cheapest, and best dropshipping suppliers from anywhere around the world that you will have access to that you cannot find on a Google search. And after that, I'm going to add a couple of products to my Amazon store so you can see and follow along. Then I'm finally going to fulfill that order. I mean, the customer's been waiting and I've been waiting to show you how to do it. So we're going to get to that as well. And a few more extra bonuses and perks. Then we're going to wrap this up. But before that, of course, I'm going to make sure that you have absolutely everything that you need in order to start profiting as soon as this video is over. Okay, so we are here on the return settings. If you want to navigate to it, just go ahead and click on settings right up here. Then you're going to go down to return settings. Okay, so the first tab that we have here is general settings. So I wrote down everything step by step right here, what you need to do. So the first one is under the tab, the first one called general settings. Go to the marketplace that you're selling on at the moment. So for me, of course, it's USA. And then I'm going to go down here to the right where it says label type. I'm going to make sure that it's Amazon prepaid. Not that there's any other choice, but you never know by the time you're watching this video. Next, return merchandise authorization. So RMA, we're going to make sure that this is on seller and not on Amazon, because we are going to authorize these returns and send the return labels, not Amazon. And labels for exempt items, we are going to make sure that it is on seller prepaid. Okay, so you have the instructions right here. RMA is seller, prepaid return label is seller. And now we have also return instructions. So here you're going to copy what I wrote here or just write something similar. The seller will provide you with a prepaid return label. Do not return the product until you get the seller's return label. Now, this is really important because we don't want the customer to send the product back to the return address that we have on file, because the return address is not the actual place where we want the customer to return the product. We're going to get that soon under here, under manage return addresses. But for now, right here where it says click to write instructions, I'm just going to paste that message so the customer will understand. Okay. Now we are going to move over to the next tab. So according to the cheat sheet, you can see that you need to move over to manage return addresses, which is what we just spoke about. So we can skip over resolutions. There's nothing to do there. Then we're going to click on manage return addresses. And here you want to make sure that you do have a return address on file. Now you can click on this pencil icon right here to choose whatever return address you would like to choose from the list of addresses that you have on file. Now you can also do it a different way by clicking on this drop down right here. Just again, make sure that you're on the right marketplace. So again, I'm on USA. So click on the drop down right here. And instead of default return address, you can go with closest return address or shipped from address. So whatever ships from, remember when we created our ships from policies where we're shipping from? So whether it's China, USA, or anywhere else. So you can use that same address as the return address. But again, we don't really want the customer to return it to that address, because when we ask our supplier for a return label, our supplier is going to provide us with one if, of course, we are eligible for a return. And we're going to make sure that it's that way on Amazon too. So when our seller sends us a return label, we're going to have to take that return label and send it to our customers. Our customer will stick that on the package and return it to their local post office where it will be returned. And because we have a tracking number on that return label, we can always track the return and see that it is actually being returned. Once that happens, our supplier will send us a refund, and we can of course send the refund to our buyer as well. So in order to get that return label to their hands, we want to make sure that they do not actually ship to these addresses, but we do have to have some kind of an address on file. Okay, so manage return addresses. The first thing is create a return address by clicking on manage your return address right here on the right. Then you're going to go ahead and click on add a new address. And then here in the address name, you can go ahead and copy and paste what I wrote here on the cheat sheet. So do not return to this address. Seller will provide a return label. That's going to be the name of the address, just so that we make sure that when a customer opens a return and Amazon's like, oh, okay, here's your automatic return address, Mr. Buyer, then Mr. Buyer will not return to that address because it will say, do not return to this address. The seller will send you a return label. Okay. So that's going to be the name. And then in the address, you're going to add a virtual address. preferably from the same place where you shipped from the same country, from the same location, but it doesn't really have to be. Okay, so in my case, I'm going to have my return address in the United States because that's where my target audience resides. Doesn't matter if I shipped it from China or from the US, the return address is going to be in the US. Okay, so I'm just going to get a virtual address from these links that I sent under the shipping policy. So you can click on that as I showed you. You have a whole bunch of virtual addresses that you can use from these locations. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill in the rest of the information so that we'll have a return address. So I'm going to open up the USA virtual addresses list. I'm going to choose one of these warehouse locations. Okay, so let's say this one right here in Chicago, Illinois. Okay, once we're done, we're going to go ahead and click on add address. Okay, then I see that I kind of mix up the info here. So full name is the address name. Do not return to this address. And for the full name, we can write wait for the seller's return label. Okay, and once we're done, we're going to go ahead and click on add address. Okay, and here now I see it on the top of the list. So do not return to this address. Seller will provide a return label. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that one. So that was in order to add the address. In order to choose it, I'm going to go back to this menu, return address list under USA. I'm going to click on the pencil icon and I'm going to choose that as the return address. Okay, we can see that it was selected here, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Now, last but not least, in order to finish this up, we're going to click here on return program settings. And here you have a choice. Do you want to offer free returns for all of the items that you're listing? Do you want to offer free returns only for some of the items? Then of course, each item you're going to have to decide if that, or do you want to offer free returns just for some of the items that you're listing? And then each item that you list, you're going to have to choose if that item does have free returns or not. So you're going to have to select it, or you can offer free returns for only some of the items, but then you're going to have to use, as you can see, it says right here, use the free returns template to upload a list of SKUs eligible for free returns. Then you've got, I want to offer free returns for none of my items. So what's the best way to move forward here? If you ask me, it's either option 1 or 3. So offer free returns for all of your items or don't offer any free returns whatsoever. Now, as a third-party seller, it's okay for you to not offer free returns. It's not like we're using Amazon's Prime service where every Prime customer gets 2-day shipping and free returns. But on the other hand, one of the things that are going to give you the upper hand and help you win the featured offer or the buy box is to offer a better service than what other sellers are offering. And in this case, if they are not offering free returns, but you are, and your price is better and your shipping is faster, you are going to win the buy box and you're probably going to stay there for quite a while. So we are going to offer free returns for all of our items. Again, most customers will not be returning items. People purchase products not to return them. However, if there was a problem with the package or with the product itself, if it's not as described, or for whatever other reason, a customer would want to return. As I mentioned, it's going to be anywhere between 1 to maximum 3% of your orders. And if your return rate is higher than 3%, look at what products are getting the most returns and consider replacing them with either another product or a better supplier that has higher quality variations of that product. Because for some reason, if you're getting a lot of returns on a certain product, you're going to have to figure out why that product is getting a lot of returns and then consider your next move, whether you're going to remove it or replace it. Okay, but if it's a really cheap product and your supplier doesn't offer free returns, but you still want to offer free returns to your buyers, you can definitely do that and you'll have the upper hand over any other seller that's not offering free returns. And if 1 out of 30 customers returns that product, you're still in a very green profit zone. So it's okay. You can continue selling that product and make your profit. So this is for you to choose what you want to do. You can start by free returns, see how that goes, see that it's working well, and continue down that road. First, start off by understanding what your supplier can offer. When we get to suppliers soon, you will understand who offers free returns and who doesn't. Then you'll be able to make the right decision for your business. In any case, I always recommend offering free returns. We will offer better service than others, and that will play out better for us in the long run. Once we're done with everything, we're going to go ahead and click here on submit. Okay, then you can see it says success. You've successfully updated your return settings. So now that we are done doing our product research, finding winning products to sell, our seller accounts are up and verified, we connected Amazon to AutoDS so that we can enjoy automation, and we created our shipping and return policies, we can now move on to the best dropshipping suppliers. And this is everything that you need to know about finding and working with dropshipping suppliers. Starting off with the things that you have to look out for when it comes to which supplier should I work with, and what do I need to know? So first things first, make sure that we are working with suppliers who offer fast shipping. Customers do not want to wait 3 to 4 weeks to get their packages. Next, you want to make sure that the suppliers that you're working with offer valid tracking information. So as soon as they ship out the orders, they will supply us with the tracking information that they shipped it from, and we need to be able to track it. So we need our suppliers to work with major shipping carriers so that we can track the packages, and so can our customers. This will also help us to avoid sending refunds on INR claims. In other words, item not received claims. So if a customer reaches out to you and says, hey, I don't know where my package is, you're going to have to provide them with some proof that the package is either in transit or it was delivered. And you won't be able to do that without a trackable tracking number. So we want to make sure that our suppliers have valid tracking information. Next, we want suppliers who have good return policies. So the optimal point is for a supplier who can offer 14 to 30-day returns, preferably paid by the seller/supplier. So we want our supplier to offer us returns and preferably free returns. We just went over that, but we understand that point. Even if they don't, it's okay. If they have really good products, great prices, high quality, and fast shipping, we can overlook the return policy if it's not that good. But it's best and optimal if we work with suppliers who have all of this all in one package. And of course, we want to have good communication with our suppliers. We want to be able to reach out to them, to talk to them, and not be limited to marketplaces that don't really let us contact our suppliers. And more than that, we also want to check that our suppliers are actually communicative. So we want to reach out to them, send a message, let them send a message back, see that their response rate is fast, and that they actually offer good solutions if we have any issues. Communication goes a long way. Next, we want to find suppliers who obviously have high quality products. We do not want to sell products that will have high returns because the products suck and the quality is low, or it always arrives damaged because the packaging is not good. So high quality products. And of course, do not put all of your eggs in one basket. So even if you find a supplier that gives you a lot of good business and has great products and ships them out quickly and has great communication, but let's say, for instance, there is a certain problem and now for a few days that supplier cannot work. Like how Chinese suppliers, for example, have all kinds of Chinese holidays that don't really correspond with holidays that happen in the rest of the world. So we all live in different places around the world and we all have our own sets of holidays. And sometimes we may not take into consideration that our suppliers will suddenly be gone for a couple of weeks and now we have no one to send our orders to and no one to find and add new products from. So this can be an issue, and this is why we do not want to just rely on one supplier. One supplier can also go out of stock on a product that's been selling for us a lot, and we don't want to stop selling that product because that supplier suddenly ran out. We can always rely on another supplier to continue fulfilling our orders. So there's a lot of reasons why you do not want to just work with only one dropshipping supplier. Of course, in the beginning, you will start with one, but in time, you will add more and more suppliers to your list. So those are some basic guidelines on what to look out for in a dropshipping supplier, and I have it all written down here in the Amazon cheat sheet. Okay, so who are some of the best suppliers that we need to start working with, especially when we're selling on places like Amazon? So starting with my number one recommendation, and you could have probably seen this coming, but there's a really good reason for it, and that is the AutoDS marketplace. I've already mentioned this. I've already talked about the importance of the marketplace for not only finding winning products, but also working with private dropshipping suppliers. So what exactly does that mean? So if you're already an AutoDS member, you have automatic access to the AutoDS marketplace, and here you can find private suppliers to work with. So how does this work? We talked about scrolling through these products and finding ideas for great product trends. But who is selling these products? So here you have a mix of retailers, wholesalers, and also private suppliers. The difference between them is retailers is usually a marketplace like Amazon or AliExpress or Walmart. Those are considered retailers. Then you have wholesalers. Wholesalers are types of suppliers who purchase products in bulk and they sell it to dropshippers and other retailers who sell it to the end customer. So wholesalers can work with you, but sometimes they may require a minimum order quantity. For example, Alibaba is what you would consider a wholesaler. They have a lot of manufacturers, but Alibaba themselves is a wholesaler that has a marketplace of lots and lots of manufacturers and other third-party sellers. Then you've got private suppliers, and this is my number one recommendation, finding those private agents to work with, and that you're going to find really easily for free, already included inside your AutoDS membership. So how do we find them? Here on the marketplace, on the top right, you see where it says supplier. So I'm going to click on that. And here you can see a whole bunch of retailers that we talked about, like AliExpress and Amazon, DHgate, Kmart, Wish, Redbubble, Pure Formulas, and so forth. So all of these suppliers are retailers that you can also work with, but I'm going to start with the private suppliers because this is my number one recommendation. So I clicked on AutoDS suppliers, and here I have a list of private suppliers that AutoDS checks one by one before allowing them to add their products to the marketplace. So here I have a whole bunch of products